called you to do for such a time as this? How many are ready to leave this place and continue on in the assignment that God has given to you? Hallelujah. Ephesians, the 6th chapter. It begins with, finally, my brethren and sisters, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Notice, it didn't say in the power of Beatrice's might. It didn't say in the power of Marlene's might. It didn't say in the power of any of your names, but it says in the power of his might. Amen. Let's put that part right there on hold for just a moment. His might, not your own. God has commissioned you, and you have a but God, but it's not the right but God. But God. But God, I don't want to write that book. But God, I don't want to do what you said for me to do. But God, I don't want to listen to Marlene again. But God, I'm scared. Isaiah 41:10 says, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. But God, you let Jen Dye write the chubby church. I wanted to write about the chubby church. You let David talk about saying yes. I wanted to talk about saying yes. I don't want to write nothing about get over yourself, get out of your own way, and get what you want out of life. I don't want to write that, God. Why can't I write what they wrote? Psalm 103 says, know ye that the Lord, he is God? Yes. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Who are we to say what it is we want to do? I mean, after all, if my people, I think it's talking about him, which are called by my name, I still think it's talking about him, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and forgive their sin. And maybe I'll think about doing a little something so they won't have to go through as much, so that they won't have to try to be who I've called them to be for such a time as this. They can just live a life of happiness. Happy, joy. Yeah. I don't know why y'all laughing. Because y'all got people in your family just like that. I'm just saying. Okay, it could be. And heal their land. Don't you know that means the land of writing as well? It means the land of doing the things that God has called us to do for such a time as this. If my people, are you called by his name? Are you his people today? Yes. Or are you just faking it? What's one of the televangelists say? Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. How's that working out for you? How's that working out for you when you can't even pay your bills? You can't even tell your children anything. You can't do anything that God has called you to do, but you're faking it till you make it. My. If my people. But God, I don't want to do that. What if you think about, look at where God has brought you from? What if you think about the things that God has done for you in your life? What if you think about the things, how he brought you back from the very precipice of hell and turned you into something so great, so awesome, that when you look in the mirror, you can't even recognize yourself. Look at what he has done in your life. Look at God. What's inside of you is not just for you. Especially as a writer, it's for somebody else. Because see, and I told several of you in my class, Write If Thou Art Loose, that if you don't write the things that God has called you to write, somebody's going to die. Because they need what you have. They need to read what God has called you to write for such a time as this. But God. On January the 27th, 2018, on Facebook, got notification that my high school basketball coach, Coach Gene Johnson, had passed away. I was in New York, in Queens, New York, visiting my dad. And I cried like she was a relative because she was that close to me. On February the 15th, riding in Katy, Texas, with a business associate, a ministry associate. Going to a bookstore to see if we could do some book signings there. Got notification on Facebook that my 30-year-old goddaughter, who was 9 months pregnant, her 7-year-old son, found her passed out on the bottom level of the house that they were in. When the paramedics got there, he had the presence of mind to call 911. And they came. It was too late for her. They took the baby, and the baby died also.
So sad.
March, another death of a close military friend. April, May, June, death. July, death. And on August the 7th, I received the phone call that no woman, no wife should ever receive. And I looked at the phone, and it said Mr. Bruno, because that's how I referred to my husband as Mr. Bruno. He called me Mrs. Bruno.
That's cute.
And I said, oh, it's my baby calling. And I answered the phone. I said, hey, babe, how you doing? Beatrice, this is Claudia. I'm from the South, y'all. Heifer, this better be real good. You calling me on my husband's phone, you real bold or something. And I was serious about that thing. She said, Beatrice, John has collapsed and he's barely breathing. My husband was gone like that. August the 7th, 2018. That's why when Miss Ava spoke this morning, all I could do was look at her and say, God, what's up with this? Her husband, August the 10th. My husband, August the 7th. But God, on August the 13th, my husband was laid to rest at Fort Logan National Cemetery in, Denver, Colorado. I preached his homegoing service. Why? But God.
Amen.
But God, because that's what's inside of me. What's inside of you today. What has God called you to do today? That when all things get broken in your life, you still have a but God inside of you. What is that thing that God has placed inside of you that no matter what happens, how it happens, how bad it is, you still got a but God. Because see, as writers, when we come to things like this, you can bet your sweet bippy, baby, that when you go out those doors today or tomorrow, the enemy of your soul is going to come and say, you're not a writer. You never have been a writer. As a matter of fact, that stuff that you wrote yesterday is stupid. And you need to put it down. But do you have a but God that will say to that same thing that just spoke to you, wait a minute, girl. No, I know what God has placed inside of me. You don't know whose I am. You don't know whom I serve. I know what's inside of me. Now, as far as you're concerned, get thee behind me, Satan, because I have no time to mess with you, and that's included the people in your family. You have to be able to tell your family members, wait a minute, no. You didn't call me. God called me.
That's right.
God said I'm to write the vision, make it plain, write the books that I give to you, write the things that I gave you so that other people can see it and they can be saved, healed, delivered, and set free.
Amen.
See, this gifting that you have, it's not even about you. My husband's death was not about me. Because, see, in his homegoing service, a little lady came in. Her name is Sister Flora Young. And she came in, she had her church lady hat on. She had her little red suit. And she walked in and she looked at me and she said, I'm here for you. And I said, thank you so much. Because within 2 weeks, her husband passed. And I had to go out to her house and say, sister, I'm here for you. I took food to her. I took stuff to her because I wanted her to know that I'm here for you. She wasn't the only one. There's another friend who was carrying her baby. 6 months. The baby died inside of her. So see, the distractions are going to come. And these are the things that can wipe you out totally. But do you have a but God? Do you have something that's inside of you that's rolling around in your very spirit that's saying to you, I got to get this work done. Somebody has got to read Living Amazed, because if they don't read it, they may commit suicide. If they don't read it, they may give up entirely on their life, and their family members will see them give up, and they will give up too. I've got to let the world know that there's a but God inside of me that keeps me moving even when I don't want to move. Even when I don't want to take up that computer. Even when I don't want to write. It's critical that I have a but God, because my ghostwriting clients depend on me. My editing clients depend on me. But you know who depends on me the most? Because he has said, Beatrice, there's something inside of you, and I've got to get it out to the world. You can't hold this thing in. I know you're hurt because John is gone. I know you're hurt because Angelina and baby Cody didn't make it. I know you're hurt because all these people have died. But you're living. You're here. And as long as you're here, you need to fulfill the purposes for which I created you on this earth.
Yes.
I love my brother's message about what's going on with our world today. Because you see, 2 Chronicles 7:14 does say, if my people, which are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven. I will forgive their sin and heal their land. We heal through this. We heal this world through these books. Because when people read the words that God has given us to write with him, they're able to move forward like never before. They're able to see their lives in a different manner. They're able to see from a different perspective, because, see, we've got to stop looking at life through this low perspective. We have to come up like the eagles, because the word of God says, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. I invite you to think about an eagle right now.